Ta-da! What's up, everyone? My name is Brenner. Welcome back to my channel. This is Mr. Liquor Sipper, and I apologize last week. I know we didn't go over what we said we were going to go to, but that bottle that I saw from the Whisky was hollering at me, so I had to do that taste test and do a little pour and let you guys know what's up with that. Not a bad bottle for what you get for 27 bucks. But this time we're going to be going over what I told you. So we got this 10-year and then we got this 16-year Whiskey Pig. Stay tuned. Let's find out. Let's let these two duke it out and see which one's better. Whiskey Pig, let me in. So from the beginning, we have this Whiskey Pig. Just so you guys know, this is a rye whiskey. This is a rye whiskey, aged 10 years as I just specified. Now, this one's a little bit different because it's 100% unmalted rye, and from my understanding, this is, I think, one of, or if not the only one of its kind that is 100% unmalted rye. So that's interesting in itself. Again, it's aged 10 years. This is aged in American white oak and then later finished in bourbon barrels. Now, I paid personally 74 bucks for this here in a local place or local store. It may be different for you guys, but it ranges between $60 to $80. So be careful. I have seen markups all the way up to $120 for this, and don't want you guys to get ripped off. Now, on the other hand, this one is actually a store pick from Ryan's Liquor here in Houston. If you live here in Houston, I suggest you guys go check them out. They have a super broad array, just a crazy selection that they have of things that are just really difficult to get your hands on. Now, this one here was hand selected by them. This one is different because it's, other than this one being 100 proof, this was 101.5% proof, which gets you about 50.8% alcohol by volume. They are both equal at the 750 ml meter. And this one actually, from my understanding, is barrel number 1. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, I'll just have to do some B-roll for that one. But yeah, so they labeled this Old King Pig. Now, the 16-year is actually also known as AKA the Boss Hog. Now, this is actually distilled in Canada using koji fermentation techniques, which is actually the same stuff that you would, or the same techniques that they use in order to make sake. So that's some pretty interesting stuff. I think it's pretty cool that they actually used that, and then they took this. So again, it was also aged 16 years in oak, but then it was finished in plum Japanese wine barrels. So that is very interesting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something a little bit different than we typically do. I normally just do like a tasting, whatever, and whatnot, but this time I'm gonna pour them into each of these glasses. One of these glasses is marked. I got this this concept or this idea. My wife notated it, but also ADHD whiskey. I've seen this guy do it, so I thought it would be pretty cool just to do a blind tasting and see. You know, sometimes the 16-year or the more aged whiskey or bourbon is not necessarily always the best. We're gonna see which one of these actually tastes better for the price point. So, and believe it or not, this actually, the 16-year, I paid $10 less, approximately $10 less for the 16-year store pick. So keep an eye out for the store picks. Sometimes the store picks are the best routes. And I'm not, you know, taking a dump or pissing or urinating or vomiting like the Exorcist all over Specs, but the few picks that I have got from them, they haven't been too great, personally. So to anyone out there that works for Specs, or to anyone out there that just loves Specs, I don't hate Specs. I like Specs. It's a great go-to place, but that's just my opinion. Now, let's get to this. So, we'll just start with the 10-year by Presidents. All right, so the youth is gonna go first. I'm gonna pour this one. Yay, no issues with opening the bottles, guys. Well, we haven't got to that one yet, so. All right, and the cork pop, not much there. So the 10-year goes first. Keeping it noob up in the house. We're keeping it noob. Keeping it newbie. Shout out to my guy He's actually one of the people that inspired me, motivated me. Dude, what is going on? See, I spoke too soon, man. I spoke too soon. Now it's gonna be like oh, I got it. Okay, I got it. Shout out to my guy. He motivated me to actually start this channel. He has his own YouTube channel, actually. Matty's Garage. So shout out to Matt. Hey, man, appreciate you. And I'm just gonna keep plugging away here. So, all right, on to this 16 year. All right, and all silent goes through the building as we pour the 16-year whistle pig. 16 versus 10. Man, I am super excited about this. We are gonna see who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? All right. Okay, there we go. What if everyone, what if boxing and like fights in the UFC were still fought and you had like one of those commentators back in the day that used to be like, all right, and he winds up and he throws that punch like a haymaker. Yeah, okay, anyway, I don't know. Just random thoughts. All right, it's time for Nosing for Newbies. I hate it. It smells like Michael Jackson's sparkling dancing glove and Lady Gaga's meat dress. And then we got this one that smells... This one smells like a Nympho's trash can of used condoms. And now, this one smells like Caitlyn Jenner's jarred testicles. What? Oh my God, Bonnie! And I got the smell of Joe Rogan's relationship with Spotify on this one. Interesting. And now over here I have a future hangover with breakfast and eggs Benedict and a side of barbecued vomit from last night's dinner. And on this side I get the American dream if nobody ever voted. Alright, let's get real in this mamma jamma. Let's get real, let's find out. Alright, I don't know what I'm smelling. Okay, so now that I can smell again, because COVID took my smells. Okay, so we got, from the nose, off of this one, I get vibrant fruit. I get some fruit, some fresh picked fruit, maybe some grapes and grapefruits. It's like bright, it's like happy, scented, smelling. It smells, I just get real, like almost pomegranate maybe. It's just a sweet smell. There's some definite honey, and what it reminds me of, there's a bottle up here. If you guys are not familiar with Garrison Brothers Honeydew, it actually reminds me of that. On this one has a similar smell or scent. I also get some fruit from this one, but I get a little bit more ethanol, so a little bit more alcohol content I smell on this one. So obviously that is in fact leaning me towards the 16 year, because that 16 year had that 101 proof. So yeah, but they both smell very very close to the same, very similar. Let's get to the tasting. Get to the tasting. It's time to taste it. Taste it. Get in there, boy. Get in there. Take that thing and drink it like you mean it. It tastes like Pez. Tastes like, whoa, Jiminy Jillikers. Dude, it tastes like peaches to me. Peaches, pears, grape. That is freaking awesome. I really like that. The burn is a little heavy, but it's weird. It's heavy, but it's manageable. Like you're not getting a crazy ass burn on that thing where your esophagus is like it's in Satan's hall or in his closet. Now we have this one, and this one definitely smells like it's gonna have a little bit more bite. Let's see what we got. Oh, mamma mia. Okay, that one's weird for me. I'm gonna taste that again. Dude, no, this has to be, dude, this has to be it, because I just got that undertones, that taste of that plum in there. So that's like more of the darker fruits that I'm tasting on that. It's not quite as vibrant. It's just as rich. Obviously, you could tell by the cough that I had. It wasn't emphysema or a smoker's cough. It was more of a cough because it burned. So this one, I have to say, based upon the markings, that I am actually correct. And you got the 10-year here, which actually to me tastes a little bit sweeter, and then this one with the slight bit more of a burn, but is of equal scrumptiddlyumptious. It's of equal taste good value. It's like you take a Now and Later, the purple Now and Later. They have plum ones. There's something out there. Either way, it's like you kind of like drop that in one of these whiskeys and you just let it ferment all together, because both of these are super delicious. The hype is real on Whisky Pig. I want you guys to know, if you can get your hands on this 10-year Whisky Pig, you're not gonna be disappointed. The fruit by nature that comes in this thing is refreshing. And probably this is like along the lines of something to me that I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed Eagle Rare. So again, if you guys are not aware of Eagle Rare, you guys can go ahead and check back at my at one of my other videos somewhere down the line, and I'll probably put that down in the description or put it somewhere up here somewhere for it to pop up, and you guys can check that one out, because that Eagle Rare was money. All right, but this one right here, man, for a 10-year. The 10-year versus the 16-year, now this is what we're all here for, right? Which one is better? Ooh. Okay, that's gonna require another tasting. I think at this point it's almost what you're going after. I think the more mature your taste buds are, you're probably gonna want more something like this. This is a more subtle as far as the burn. This one's a more mature taste. That plum is prominent in this, but I taste the same hints of the grapefruits and the pineapple. There's a little bit more pine in the 16-year that I'm getting, whereas in this one I'm not getting that much, and I'm not even tasting very much oak in this one either. So if you're not a big oaky fan and you're not a big pine fan as far as that taste in there, and you like the fruits and the sweetness, you're gonna want to go after something like this. But this one with the 16-year, you get the heat and you get the sweet all at the same time. And personally, I think as I'm growing with this channel and with you guys, I'm leaning actually more towards the 16-year if you can get your hands on it. But if you're looking for Whisky Pig, or even if you're not and you just happen to run into Whisky Pig and you see this 10-year, don't hesitate, especially if it's between that $60 to $80 margin. You won't be wasting your money. You won't be disappointed. All right, guys, as always, thanks for checking out the channel. If this is your first time and you got something out of it, please hit that subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you always know whenever I'm posting a video, which will be every Wednesday and every Saturday, sometimes Friday if I really like the video. And until then, keep sipping, because I'm double fisting.